I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, everybody? How everybody doing today? You rocking out with the one and only Philly Dom. I'm out here in El Salvador, Bahia, Brazil. All is well. What's going on with you guys, man? Got a special guest coming on so we can address some issues and talk about some things with a sense of urgency. No, all is well, man. What's going on with you, man? Hey, I see you said, what happened, bro? What's issues? You good? Hey, everything is good. I'll explain everything when we have our special guest come on the live. Everybody know who he is. I did a community post so everybody know who he is. Everybody know who that special guest is. It's a rainy day out here in Salvador, Bahia. Status boom. What's going on, champ? What is going on, champ, man? What's going on with you, champ? What's going on with you, status, man? Status BX. What's going on with you, champ? What's going on? We got 19 people watching, man. We waiting for our guest. We got a guest coming on the live. Yeah, but like I was telling everybody, so it was a rainy day out here, Salvador Bahia, Brazil. Y'all people need to come out here to Salvador Bahia, Brazil, and give it a chance. It's no Rio de Janeiro. It's not fast paced like Rio de Janeiro or anything like that, but it's definitely worth coming out here. Everything started out of Salvador Bahia. This was the capital at one time of all Brazil. This was a big slave trade port. It has a lot of history. Copperware came from here. The first carnival was here, started here. Went back to real life, said, yo, what's going on? Pittsburgh, what's going on? I know some herbs and they not from Pittsburgh. Big ups, big dog. All is well, man. All is well. We just waiting for a special guest to come on the live. Matter of fact, let me double check some stuff. YouTube always got me doing something, always throwing me off a little bit, but I'm here with you guys. Gotta check something. I had to check something. Here we go. I'm just checking something with YouTube. It's always a little issue with YouTube. Let me see, because I'm on live. Yeah, I knew it. Yo, YouTube don't mess around. YouTube do not mess around. Here we go. I had to fix something with the live. I'm back, guys. I'm back. James said, peace, family. Keep motivating the people. I would try, man. I would try to do my best. Try to get people to travel to these countries and, see the world, even if it's just, for a couple weeks or whatever. It's good to get out of wherever you're from and check into different things in different places, man, because Brazil is definitely an amazing place, man. Definitely 100%. This is my favorite place out of anywhere I've been. And I've been to a lot of countries. This is my favorite country. C said, I saw your YouTube saying something about you. Something about you. I hope all is well. All is well. All is well, C. All is well. All is well. We're going to have somebody come on the live. Our friend Kings and Dreams. We're going to talk with you guys. We're going to ask them a couple questions. Ken says, Skinny from, Admore, Pennsylvania. Shout out Skinny from Admore, Pennsylvania. I know that place. I know exactly where that's at. Status Boom said, D the Hater, it's always good to see you in the chat. Yeah, shout out to D the Hater. D the Hater. Shout out to D the Hater, Status, man. She cool people. Cool vibes, man. And also, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you give my videos a like. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that from the bottom of my YouTube heart. Okay. I'm here. Somebody just left me a message. But all is well. Shout out to you, Nick Weber. Shout out to Nick Weber in the building. Shout out to you, Nick Weber. Shout out to you, man. I moved, man. We're not in the same Airbnb no more. We moved to a place called Hio Hamero. We moved to a place called Hio Hamero. So we out here maxing and raxing. Shout out to Poodle TV, Sock Passe, the Poodle TV in the building. The Dominican Republic Haitians are in the building. Shout out to you, Poodle TV. What's going on with you, champ? What's going on with you? What is going on with you? Okay, went back to real life, man. Went back to real life. Where you from? He said, I'm outside of West Philly. Okay. Route 30, Lancaster Ave. Okay. I know where you at, champ. I know where you at. And I see my boy Flex Tubers in the building. Flex Tubers in the building. What's up, Philly? I see you doing your thing, proud of my brother. Thank you so much, Flex Tuber, man. We got to link up again, champ. It's been a while now, man. How's Philadelphia treating you? I know you probably going to be making your way back to Africa soon, but how's Philly treating you? Charles D. Shout out to Charles D. Have you ever traveled to Pattaya, Thailand? I ain't never been to Thailand, but I definitely going to go. I got to definitely put that on the list. The Asian world is in my sights. Definitely one of these days I will go to the Asian world. Pudo TV said, chilling, my man. And Pudo said, you know how it is. Yes, indeed, Pudo. Shout out to you, Pudo TV. Shout out to you. Status Boom X said, D the hater, Miss El Salvador Hollywood. Keep holding it down. Keep doing you, and everything will work out. Yes, indeed. Shout out to D the hater in the building. Shout out to D the hater. Born Ready said, Philly, what's good, champ? All is well, man. All is well. Scott 56 said, thanks for the stream, brother. How's the Amazon FBA going? Everything is going well, man. Everything is going well. Everything is going well. Scott 56. I tell Master Wayne, you said hi, man. Right now he's dealing with some clients and stuff. But everything is going well. Corner said, when are you back to Boca Chica, a.k.a. Begme Beach? I don't know, man, but I'll get back to the island when I can. The island of Hispaniola, I will get back there when I can. I will definitely get back in there when I can. Status Boom said, Poodle TV, much love, family. Shout out to Poodle. We got Poodle TV in the building, and we got a special guest coming in, Kings and Dreams. And then shout out to the one and only D the Hater. Status said, I really hope you are right. But shout out to D the Hater. Then Nick said, shout out to the brother Master Wayne. Yes, indeed, man. He doing his thing with the Amazon. Showing me a lot, man. Hanging out with him, he's showing me a lot. Status Boom X said, I'm most definitely right. Yes, indeed. Status Boom X no. Then Haitian Gunman, Sock Posse, man. What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you? I usually don't do no lives around this time, so this is interesting for me to do a live at this time. Real interesting, man. I'll be on Razor show. I think like in 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll be on Razor show. Everybody know who Razor is. I'll be on his show, and we got my boy coming on here, King and Dreams. So we just waiting for Kings and Dreams. We're waiting for him. He can take his time. Status Boom says, shout out to Master Wayne. Salute. Yes, indeed. I let him know you said shout out to him. Also, guys, don't forget to support me on Patreon. I have a Patreon now, man. Yes. Let me address the issues. Yes, I do have a Patreon now, and you guys should check out my Patreon. Some people thought I was lying about it. No, I do have a Patreon. Definitely come check out my Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. Also, shout out again to D the Hater. Buggy said, Worldwide TV, big up, champ. Thank you. Then Born Ray said, what's your next move, champ? Obviously, I have to make it. I gotta make it towards El Salvador and Belize. So I'll get there when I get there, D the Hater's hating on me. She think I'm not coming up there, but I'll be up there Sometimes I don't know what team she on. I don't know if she on my team or she on the other team, on P team. Big Gucci said, "Hi Philly, shout out to you." Well, yeah, I'll be making my way up there, and then after that, it's looking like after El Salvador and Belize, and I got a surprise for you guys in between there. It's looking like South Africa after that. My goal is really to go to South Africa. Big Gucci said, with a sense of urgency. Yes, indeed. Because you know, you when that's a sense of urgency, you don't know how long you have left on this earth. So whatever you do, you gotta make it count. You have to make it count. No matter what you do in life, you gotta make it count. You gotta make it count. Still dealing with the book issue. It should be out pretty soon. Just trying to get the last touches. The book is done. The book been done. Just trying to get, just the political stuff you have to go through. So I'm trying to put a book out. But once this book get out, it'll be easy the next time because then I know the drill. So we having trouble with the what do you call it? The cover. You have to have a cover, and I got to make sure it's the right cover so Amazon can accept that cover for the book. But after that, it'll be out soon. Seconds out, I'm gonna scream it all over the place, man. Cause people counting me out, man. They counting me out in many different ways. People have counted me out. Charles D said, blonde girl in the 20-second video was super hot. Oh yeah, she's cool. She was cool. Yeah, I met her in the club. Her and her boyfriend. They were cool people. Dolly said, Dolly. When I say Dolly, I'm talking about Dolly the hater. But I just, we call her D, so we call her D the hater. She can explain in the chat why I'm calling her a hater. If she wants to defend herself, she's welcome to. She's welcome to come on the panel too, real quick, if she wants to defend herself. But yeah, she's definitely a hater. Nick Weber said, facts tomorrow is not promised. Be humble, be thankful. Yes, indeed. So you got to make everything count now. Big Gucci said, can Kev TV do an auto for the auto book champ? He could. He got a nice reading voice. He does have a nice reading voice. Didn't think about that. I'm still thinking for the auto book, should I use my voice or should I use somebody else's? I was thinking about using a female's voice, but I don't know, man. What you guys think for the audio for the book? Should I use my voice or should I use somebody else's voice? What should I do? Somebody tell me. I know we got 33 people watching right now. Somebody let me know. And also shout out to D3, man. Shout out to D3 out there in Belize. Shout out to him. You ain't never forgotten. You're always in my heart. Shout out to D3. Big Gooch said use Kev TV. I'm gonna call him and ask him. That'll be funny because he got a funny voice. He not a funny voice in a bad way, but he has like that read a book actor type voice. Born Ready said use your voice. You're very okay. Maybe I use mine. I don't know. Okay, Big Gooch. Okay, I see what you said. But yeah, maybe I'll use mine. Maybe I'll use my voice. When we get to that point, I'll let that be a surprise. But definitely, the book will help anybody that's in a little bit of struggle and they need a job because this type of job hires anybody, any walk of life. I always promote them. I'm gonna keep always promoting them. Like I said, I got into a little situation. If you read the book and you buy the book when it come on Amazon, you'll see what the situation is. And I didn't really know where my next job was coming from. I needed a pretty good job, and I was there to help me. So I appreciate the opportunity to be able to go up there, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to pass that knowledge and information to other people because a lot of people always tell me, like back home, like, "Oh man, it's hard to get jobs. It's hard this." They just said you're not looking hard enough, but that job is always available, and they're always looking for people to work. Always, 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 always. they are looking for people to work in that field all the time. They're looking for people to work in that field. Big Gooch said, Kev TV says he wants 50K plus 25% royalties on everything. We have to talk. I'm gonna have to talk that out with Kev TV. I ain't talked to him in a while, man. I'm gonna definitely reach out to him tonight or tomorrow, man. Kev TV is my boy because he out there on the West Coast, so it's early. Yeah, he's in California, Los Angeles, and he's in the area called Koreatown. Shout out to Kev TV, man. Kev TV knew me before I was a content creator, and he knows me now. Kev is my boy, man. Shout out to Kev TV. Shout out to Kev TV. Cool dude, man. I really like that dude. Real cool dude. Kev TV. Shout out to Kev TV. You guys should subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does like daily vlogs, his everyday life in Los Angeles. Also, he takes trips to like Mexico all the time, Tijuana, Mexico City, other places in Mexico. He's been all over, man. Um, he travels all through the United States and he does content. He's just like a vlogger, man. He's a cool dude, man. Real cool dude, man. Just my friend for life. Good dude, good dude. Yeah, the Korean Force, yes indeed. Oh man, yeah, but yes indeed, yeah, man. He took me to Korean barbecue, man. There. Matter of fact, you can just put Philly Dom, Kev TV, or Philly Dom Korean barbecue, and he should pop up. Oh, shout out to my boy. We got my boy in the back. Let's bring him on. King and Dreams. Dreams and Kings. King the Dreams. What's good, champ?
What's going on? What's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Just entertain him until you came on the live. Just entertain him.
Oh man, let me adjust this really quick. I just got to show people who we got in the background.
They're like a Philly Dom imposter.
That's you.
I know.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. What's going on with you, man? It's been a while, man. We ain't did no lives and we ain't talk. I mean, we talk, on WhatsApp and stuff, but like,
yeah,
man, what's going on with you, man? Tell me everything. What's going on with you? They want to know.
Man, listen, I've just been on the grind. Unfortunately, this year haven't been outside yet. Got to take care of family first. You know that, right? Family first. I'm itching to get out there though, man. I can't wait. So just know, everybody, Kings and Dreams will be outside soon, man. So that's all I can say for as of right now. But I'm gonna be outside soon, man, and I'm going to a couple of places that I haven't been before. So I'm hitting all new spots this year that I haven't been before, man. So, Cuba, Cuba, Philippines, Thailand, and probably likely Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. That's all right, man.
And for those who are familiar with my name, I'm a Colombian guy, so I got my spot out there in Medellin. So I'll be out there too. I don't count that anymore because I go there so much. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like another home game. You know what I mean?
Second home.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So that's just like if you go to Philly, right? You know what I mean? Like that's where you from, man.
Yeah, it's my home. I gotta ask you the question that everybody want to know. We'll ask about your YouTube career and all that as well, but
sure,
this is the biggest question. You already know what I'm going to ask you. Do you consider yourself to be a passport bro? Are you a passport bro or not a passport bro?
Good question. So what I would say is that I've been traveling since I was 3 years old, right? And I just turned 38 February. Mm-hmm. So I would say that with the travel community, we as melanated men, we are looped in the passport bro community, right? So we're all looped in. What I would say is that for me, I don't partake in like some of the behavior that has come out to light in negative light. So I don't partake in those behaviors, and I'm not shaming anyone who does. That's
Mhm.
just not me, right? So initially, I've been traveling for like the culture, understanding, understanding the culture, the food, the scenery, and I believe that when you are a traveler, like the women are a byproduct of that,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
so what I would say is that I just don't I don't put I don't put myself out in a negative light because that's just not where I want to be. You know what I mean?
Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because that's the big thing now, man. Every like you said, all the melanated brothers, they consider us all to be passport bros like me. I've been traveling, like you said, I've been traveling since I was 3 years old. I've been going to 80 since I was 3 years old with my dad. Like I
Sakafe.
don't, yeah, Sock effect. Jose, I'm from Aishan. But I don't consider myself that because I've been doing this for so long. And when I started doing the YouTube, I was a travel YouTuber, so this is what I do. I don't consider
Mhm.
myself to be a passport bro. But I mean, obviously, I'm affiliated with them, associated with them. Because when
Right,
you're on the road and you meet them, I ask how I just asked you that question. I ask everybody that question, and some people say they are, other people say they don't. Some guys tell me they expats. I asked a guy in Brazil, and he was like, "I'm an expat." He said, "Philly, I've been living here for 5 years." I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he was like, "I live here, so I'm not." I'm not a passport, bro. Like,
right.
I purposely picked this country because I thought it was a better situation for me. He said across the boards in every category, just not one or two categories. It was just a better situation for him.
Right. Yeah. And well, what I would say is that the negative connotation is that the passport bros just strictly travel for the woman. And
Yeah.
for me, like I've never had an issue with getting women. Like I managed one of the biggest nightclubs in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I brought some of the biggest acts, uh, whether it be hip hop, whether it be reggae dance hall, pop artists, Latin artists.
Mhm.
So I'm used to being around beautiful women all the time. So that right there has never really been an issue for me, right?
Okay.
So that's why I say like with the term passport bro like in a negative light, no, that's not that's not what I represent. You know what I mean?
I hear you 100%. Yeah. Always ask, like I said, I just want to clarify that, but you clarified it. Also, how did you get your name? Your name for your
Kings and
YouTube
Dreams.
channel? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so like, I had an Instagram. So I had an Instagram, and it was called King James. So my first name is James, and so
Okay.
so um, when I was hanging out with Flyboy, well, not was I still am because Flyboy and I, the Flyboy Way and I, we went to high school together. So
Okay. Cool.
what we would do, like Flyboy, he would have like kind of like what's called like a pregame show
Hmm.
before he would go on his trip.
Okay.
And so he would have me on a panel, and there would be other content creators. Specifically, it was the time that we were going to the festival in Barranquilla, Colombia. So I hadn't been to Colombia yet. And
Okay.
yeah, so you had Jedi Drees TV on there, you had Love Crossing Borders on there,
Mhm.
and Ace Live was on there.
Okay.
Yeah, and at this time, like I think Ace Live had maybe about 10K subscribers. I don't want to
Mhm.
say only because that's belittling. So because what people don't realize is that not to kind of segue too off topic, but what people don't realize is that most people take about 3 years to get 1,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. So I never want to belittle or diminish anyone's work, but I'm saying compared to where Ace is at now, he
Mhm.
had 10,000 subscribers at that particular time.
Okay.
So we were all on the panel. I was just King James at the time. I wasn't Kings and Dreams.
Mhm.
So after that panel, and after we went to Columbia, Flyboy was saying, "Why not start your own YouTube channel?"
Mm.
And I thought about it for a while, and I was like, you know what? Okay, let me start this. So I started officially started my channel July 21st of 2021.
Okay.
And when I started my channel, I would periodically put out videos, maybe like every 3, 4 weeks. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm not really getting the traction that I
Mhm.
thought that I would get. And
Okay.
what I realized is that you have to be consistent. Like, you have to consistently put out content. You have to feed the algorithm. You have to feed the machine, right? So,
Yes, indeed. You
right.
do.
So it was January of 2022. That was when I really got my, that was really when I got my behind in gear and really started hammering away at content and continuing to be consistent. And I've just never looked back. And I'm almost at 2K right now.
Okay.
So yeah, man. So hopefully by 2023, I could get to like 5K. But I'm blessed to be where I'm at right now, and I'm just gonna keep grinding, man. One day I'll hit that 100K, man, and get that plaque, and I'll
Yeah,
hit Philly. I'll be like, yo,
you're gonna get it. Yeah, you
yeah, man.
definitely. When I had you on here, well, man, it was like it might have been a couple. It was last year. It was last year when I was in Philly. You did a live with me, and I
Hmm.
was like, "You up next?" I always say that. You up next.
Right.
A lot of concentrators coming up, but you definitely up next. You just got to keep pushing and keep grinding with it. Like you said, being consistent with it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think when you hit the road and you go to some of the countries and you can like interview people and you can like actually be in another country, like how you spend a lot of time in Colombia
Yeah.
and do videos like that, you'll get a lot more subscribers.
Yeah, definitely. I think once I get some travel, some like consistent travel blogs under my belt, that's gonna be good because I know people definitely want to see me out and about, and I want to be out and about, man. But again, like I'll be transparent here, like family first. So I gotta take care of family, and once the situation has like calm down, yeah, I'll definitely be out, but I'll be out sooner than what a lot of y'all think. And I'm not gonna say when, but for the people that are in the know, they know when.
Okay. And I was gonna say with your content, man, you remind me of like it's gonna be a big compliment I'm about to say, like a
Mhm.
Kevin Samuels type vibe. I don't know. I mean, have people told you that?
Yeah, some people have told me that I have like a Kevin Samuels type of vibe. It's I guess with a spin of like traveling and things like that. I would like to say that I take that as a compliment. I just want to be myself. I've taken talking points from Kevin. I've taken talking points from other travelers. And what my content, it really what I want to do is I want to be able to educate people domestic and abroad. And I want people to become the best versions of themselves, right? And
Okay.
so a lot of the pushback that comes on the travel community, what I don't like is when people try to say like, oh well, why do you need to travel? You could stay here, or whether like guys are meeting women overseas or whatever the case is. Oh, you could find a woman in New York, you could find a woman in Texas, you could find a woman there, and that and that's true to some extent, but there's almost 200 countries in the world. So why should we be subjected to just one?
Yeah, that's
That,
true. That's
that
true. I never
yeah,
understood that. I never understood that, especially when somebody they don't pay for your travels, they don't pay your bills, they don't take care of your family. You should be able to go
right,
anywhere you want and travel anywhere. It should never be there should be a hold or a reason why people can't travel or they telling you why you can't travel or why you should just travel in the States. It's your money, it's your time. You should be able to go anywhere you want to go. It's just these last couple years, a lot of people realizing they've been getting their passports and they realizing that they can go to other countries because at the bottom line is it's cheaper in other countries. It's just cheaper. The U.S. is expensive and pricey when you're traveling, and Europe is
right,
pricey and expensive. So Latin America and the Caribbean, the Asian world, these places are a lot affordable. So it's like more bang for your buck. You can travel and you can spend more money. It's a little further than where you're from, but I mean, it's
yeah,
good. And I always think it's good for somebody to, I mean, just to travel even if it's once a year or every couple years, out of their country, out of their comfort zone, and see something different that they're not used to, man. It opens your eyes and your mind and to a whole different world. And I don't think a lot of people, and mainly the people that hate on people like us that travel, they ain't never been nowhere. If you ask them how many countries you've been to, when have you left the US or Europe or Canada, Africa, wherever they from, they ain't really traveled. People that travel get it, but people that don't travel don't get it.
Right. Exactly. And I would even put the continent of Africa in there as far as when it comes to the financial aspect, right? I mean, listen, we all come into this world and we all earn a living and we want to live a good quality life, right? So if we could live a good quality life, like right now you're in Brazil, let's say, I don't know, 5 or 6 months from now, you decide to go to Ghana or Kenya or Nigeria or wherever, right? You
Mhm.
decide to go there and you continuously go into different parts of the world and because you want to experience culture and it's more and it's less expensive than the United States. So why not experience that quality of life?
Yeah, that's a good. I never
See,
understand why people count. It's almost like counting somebody's money. Like, how you gonna count their time where they should go and where they should not go?
right. Well, the thing is that people like the critics, they subjugate themselves into thinking that they subjugate themselves into thinking that like, oh, United States is the best. And don't get me wrong, like United States has some good stuff, but when you really start doing your research, like the United States isn't this superpower that it's all perceived to be. I
That's
mean,
true.
you look at what's going on right now between between the BRICS currency that's about to come out. For those who
Yep.
don't know, that's
Mm-hmm.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, right?
Yep.
And yeah, so that's a new currency that's going to be coming out. And for those who don't know, Brazil is a second world country, not a third world country. So once this comes into fruition, Brazil is going to be a first world country. So a lot of these countries are getting powerful, and this is not me trying to talk mess about the United States. All I'm saying is that my original statement was there's over almost 200 countries, 196, 197, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so why not, if you have the means to go and see other countries, see other parts of the world? Did you know that Philly,
Yeah.
that about I think it's about 73% of people who live in the United States
Don't have.
move no more than 240 miles from where they're born. So that's roughly maybe about 5 hours.
Yeah.
So me being from New York City, that's like me moving to the DMV, you know, uh, you know, DC,
Yeah.
Maryland, Virginia area. And
100.
that's in the same country. And these people have the nerve, I don't want to say all, but some of these people have the nerve to try to talk about people who are traveling to different locations around the world and try to make fun of us. But you're the
Mm-hmm.
one that's subjugating yourself for only living 5 hours away, and you're not even trying to touch these other countries or trying to see these other countries. And you're focused on what you're seeing, whether you're watching a reality show like 90 Day Fiance, or you watching like Narcos, and you thinking things are just like wild and crazy in Colombia or Mexico. Like
Uh-huh.
dude, it's wild and crazy in Brownsville, Brooklyn. It's wild and crazy in South Philly. It's wild and crazy in North Philly.
Yep.
Anyone from the West Coast, Compton, Bay Area. I could keep going on and on and on. All I'm saying is that no matter where in the world you are, there's going to be trenches everywhere. But
That's true.
if you look for the bad, you will find bad.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You just have to Just be mindful of your surroundings, no matter where you at. Like, yeah, like the one thing I can say about the U.S. is it's good for money. Like, far as capital and making money is definitely good for that. But like, far as like this another thing that I noticed from traveling
Yeah,
that in the U.S. we make a lot of money. You know, we make pretty good money. Well, people make survival money. I'm gonna say that because it's survival money
sure,
for a lot of people. But it's better than most countries. But
absolutely.
we don't really enjoy life in the States. And a lot of people will never get what I'm saying until they
Hmm.
step foot outside of the US. And we can put the girls to the side, we can put the drinking and the party to the side and
Right,
just go somewhere. These people enjoy life. Like the people in Brazil, like you walk down the street, they might not have much or have what we have in the States, but they happy as hell.
that's
In the
true.
US, everybody is stressed out
That's
because
true.
they like a mortgage payment away from losing their house, rent
Hmm.
from losing their house. They backed up on their car notes. They don't have enough money to take care of their kids. They going through some pressure at the job because they got a top tier job and they have to perform all the time, and the job don't care about what's going on in your personal life. When you come to work, they
Right,
want you to be, if they pay you 100K or 150K a year, they want you to be on point. They don't think that life
right.
happens.
Yep. No, you know what? That's absolutely true, right? And another thing, I want to say like when it comes to people in the workforce, typically I want to say there's about um I think 8 to 10 holidays in the United States.
Okay.
In Colombia, I don't know much. I don't know about Brazil holidays, so
Same
you can
thing.
educate me. Well,
Ton of
hold on,
holidays.
I haven't
Ton of
got to the point
holidays.
yet.
Ton of holidays. Same
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
like
yeah,
Colombia.
yeah. I was gonna say in Colombia that there's 26. There's 26, and you're right. They're much more relaxed, and yeah, they may not be making as much as we do here in the like people in the United States, but they are a lot happier. They're a lot they're a lot stress free. And they're happy and they're able to enjoy. Like some people work so much they don't really get a chance to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They really don't.
They don't.
And that's like when even when I travel, like becoming traveling coming into adulthood, I always wanted to make sure that like I enjoyed the fruits of my labor. Like went to school, got the big boy job as you mentioned, 6 figures and all that, right?
Mhm.
But it's like this, like even now, like right now, I'm not able to enjoy the fruits of my labor, but taking care of family. But
Yeah,
I will be outside because I know that I cannot leave this earth without fully enjoying the fruits of my labor.
makes sense. It make a lot of sense. And then nowadays, the pandemic was a bad situation in no way. It was a good situation, but a lot of different things came out of that pandemic in 2020. It showed people that now they have the opportunity. They don't have to work in an office. They can get a job online and work
Hmm.
online and make pretty good money. But I understand for some people, they got kids, they have wives, they have a
Yeah,
lot of stuff that's connecting them to the states, which I understand. But if somebody does have the opportunity, because a lot of young guys always call me like, "Yo, Philly, how can I be on the road?" I'm like, "Well, if you're in a pretty good situation, try to find a job that you can do online, or try to see what investments. I mean, real estate is good investment, or some kind of job online that can help you. Like my boy I'm traveling with right now, Master Wayne. He does Amazon. He's an
yep,
Amazon guru. Jobs
yeah,
like these type of jobs can help you sustain yourself so you can be on the road and travel. But
right,
that door
right.
was open when the pandemic happened and they sent a lot of people home to work at home. I think it put a light bulb on a lot of people. A light bulb clicked in a lot of people's head, and they like, dang man, I could just work online.
Absolutely. That definitely put a lot of, that definitely put a light bulb in people's heads, saying that like you can actually work remote. And what a lot of companies like what they were forced to do, they were forced to get into more of a work life balance because people like you go to work, right?
Hmm.
Let's say you drive to work and let's say you working in a metropolitan area, right? You drive into work and it takes you maybe about 45 minutes to an hour to get there, 45 minutes to an hour to get back. So you're looking at 90 minutes to 2 hours of commute just to get to and from the office,
I
right?
know.
So that's 2 hours there, right? Let's say you work 8 hours, right? So that's already 10 hours. But let's say that let's say you do 2 hours of overtime, right? So
Hmm.
now you're at 10 hours in the office, and you still have that 90 minutes to 2 hour commute. So now we're talking 12 hours of your day that's just dedicated to getting to work, do your work, and then getting back home. So you've already lost 12 hours. So there's 24 hours in a day. Then you got to sleep, right? You know what I mean? So let's say, they say you're supposed to sleep 8 hours,
Eight
right?
hours, yeah.
Right. So, let's say you sleep 8 hours, so you're at 18 hours. So
Hmm.
18 hours sleep and work, right? You know, so you really and then you only have 6 hours of time for yourself.
That's crazy, yeah.
I'm just saying, when you start breaking down the math, and then you're not going to go to sleep right away, because you got to eat, you got to make dinner, you got to, and you paying
Wine a
bills,
little
you
bit,
got to upkeep your house or your apartment, you got other things that you got to do. So like that 6 hours of time for yourself, let's cut it down to like 4, or even maybe even 3. Long story short is that if you are able to have a better quality of life, why not take that opportunity?
hmm
And I'm talking about the people who can't travel. If you can't travel for maybe legal reasons, or as you mentioned, Philly, you got family and like that here, and you got a business that things that you got to take care of. I
Yeah,
completely
it makes
understand.
sense. I
Right, I
understand.
completely understand. But if you have the opportunity to travel, and you are able to get an online job and live abroad and try out different locations, and you don't necessarily have to be subjugated to one location. You could bounce around, to different places. Like, you were in El Salvador, now you in Brazil, you were in Belize,
Please,
and
yeah.
let's say again, like, you go somewhere in the continent of Africa by the end of the year. You know what I mean? Maybe you are. I don't want to say that you are, because I don't want to take a surprise away from people. But
No, I'm gonna
I'm
try.
just
I'm gonna
saying.
do my best to go to Africa. Definitely do my best to go to Africa, man,
Yeah.
because I feel just feel me being a black man, and anybody can go. It's not just for black people, because you got white people there, you got Asian people there,
Right.
but
Right. Yeah.
I feel that if I could travel to these other countries, man, I need to go to Africa, the continent of Africa, and I need to sit there and I need to check out, like you said, Nigeria and Ghana, and check out South Africa. Shout out
Yep.
to my boy Iowa in Kenya, like, you know what I mean. I need to really explore that continent, and it's a big continent, so I know I'll be back and back again. Let me
Right.
read something in the chat real quick. My boy Southern Life, what's going on with you, Southern Life, out there in Florida? He said the U.S. is a lonely country at times.
Yep.
It's
He's right.
crazy. Yeah. That, and I agree with him on that. And a lot of people think like we're trying to talk bad. No, everything that good ever happened to me came out of the United States. So I will never say nothing bad against the U.S. But you definitely have options to see other places and explore other countries. Now, that's probably not for everybody. Some people probably don't like to travel, or like, but I would challenge anybody, man, just do something outside of your comfort zone. See, traveling is outside of your comfort zone. When you got to go to a country like Brazil and they speak Portuguese, every time you interact with somebody, it's almost like it's a struggle. Even if you do know the language, sometimes you don't know everything that's going on, because it's the cultural thing, different places, different culture, different
Hmm.
everything. So the travel to different countries, it takes you out of your comfort zone, and most people ain't willing to do that. Anybody that did anything amazing or successful, they had to step out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You definitely got to step outside of your comfort zone. Like, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Comfortable.
You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Stepping outside of your comfort zone. I mean, listen, like, we have the ability to look up anything online. Like I think you're a little bit older than me. I just turned 38, but see, like I guess I'm a little bit of a hybrid. But like when I was in high school,
Mhm.
we had to like actually go to the library and look stuff up. Now you can just talk on your phone. You have an iPhone. Alexa, how do I do X, Y, and Z? And then it pops up right there. Or if you have an Android, you Google just tells you, like how do I do X, Y, and Z? You know what I mean? And you could do that. And you mentioned languages. So there's language apps, there's free language apps. I mean, you have channels like yours. You have channels. Um, you have you have Hanada. You have Hosa. Like they're in Brazil and they speak English and they also teach Portuguese. So there are a bevy of resources. So I mean, I understand people may be hesitant. I get that, but I mean, when you look back at your life and you may you may not be physically able to travel and maneuver anymore, do
Mhm.
you want to say, man, like I only moved maybe like 5 6 hours away from where I was actually born,
That's
and
true.
I missed an opportunity to, maybe you're not going to hit 196 countries, but maybe you could go to 5, maybe you could go to 10, maybe you could do 15. You know what I mean? But at least take the opportunity.
Yeah,
I just
after
for me, sorry not to cut you off, Philly, but for me, I can't just look back at my life and say, like, man, so I've only been to the US and Jamaica and that's it. Like, nah, man.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right.
It's just, you
Yeah.
gotta score. And in some countries you don't even have to fly. I know some people you always say I'm scared of flying and all that. You can drive to Mexico. You could drive to Canada. They right there.
Yeah, but you know what? But check this out. But check this out. What's the probability? See, what people don't see. Listen, and this is, I guess, this is why people may call me a Kevin Samuels or so. But I like to deal with stats and statistics, right? Do
Mhm.
you know that you have a higher percentage of getting deleted in a car accident as opposed to an airplane? The
Yes.
percentage in a car is significantly higher um, in a car as opposed to a plane.
Yeah. That's yeah.
I don't remember this stat, but I believe that there's like a car accident, like and I could be wrong here, ladies and gentlemen, but I believe that there's a car accident around the world like every 90 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. That's true. It probably is. Yeah. Yeah. Because everybody's constantly driving around the world, so there's accidents constantly all the time. But yeah, I heard about that stat that you definitely can get deleted quicker in a car than you get in the plane because the plane they constantly doing maintenance on it. They constantly checking it. They
Right,
So it's always they always catching if there's anything that's not working right with the engine or any part of the plane.
right.
More than likely they're gonna catch it. More than likely they're gonna catch it. A car
Yeah,
you can maintenance every couple months, every year. Like with people, unless something goes wrong, people don't really touch their car like that.
right, right. And I was telling my son, my son is going to be 9 in a few weeks,
That's
right?
cool.
And so and I was telling my son, I said 75% of driving is looking out for other people's mistakes.
No, you tell them right.
Seriously,
You dead right.
seriously,
'Cause you have to
yeah.
be a defensive driver. You can't even be an offensive driver because
No, because you gotta make sure, because there's people, there's people that's not paying attention. People may be, people may be talking on the phone. People may not, people may be under the influence on something. You just never know. You just never know. So you gotta really be on point. And I understand if people are are afraid to, like they prefer not to fly, but as you mentioned, you can drive into Mexico, um, or you can take a boat too. You can take a
yep,
boat too.
vote. You can do the cruise. They
Yeah.
safe.
So I'm actually going to be talking about at some point. I'm actually going to be talking about, for people who are unable to get their passports, places where they can actually go and actually and enjoy themselves, you know. So I'm actually going to be talking about that. But for those who have their passports, I just and you want to explore the world, don't hesitate, because you don't want to look back at your life when you are physically unable to go on these trips, or possibly become an expat. Or even if you don't want to become an expat, you know, maybe you can be somewhere, you know, 3 or 4 months out of the year and go back to States or something like that. Or my man Chapapa TV, like, what he likes to do is he likes to call me a halfback, because not in 2023, but in 2022, I was, you know, I was in Colombia, you know, almost every other month, you know, because I have my place there. So he called me a halfback.
There's a lot of halfbacks out there, no, but that's good too, because I mean, at least it gets you out of the States for a while, or get you to see something different for a little bit of time.
Right.
Yeah, Chopper TV, all right with me, man. Yeah, he's in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see one of Sorry if I'm jumping ahead, bro.
No, you're not jumping. You ain't jumping.
No, I see I think the name is Kani. Akiva Kani was asking who teaches Portuguese, and I was saying Hanada Lopez and
Jess
Posa.
and Jess. Don't forget Jess in Sao Paulo.
Oh yes,
Yeah, she
yeah.
teaches that too.
What's up, Jess?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she teaches it too. I got the information. If they reach out to me, I can give them the information for both of them.
What's up, Jess?
Yeah, Jess. She might be watching.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, man. But yeah. So there's three people right there that we gave, and I'm sure I can post their links in the chat
Okay. Yeah. Do that.
after I get off here. You know what I mean? But um, most importantly, man, do what's best for you. Like if you want to travel and you got some of your friends that saying, "Oh, why are you going out to Brazil, or why are you going out to Colombia, or why are you going out to the Philippines? Why are you going out to Cambodia or whatever?" You know what I mean? Like, man, don't even worry about that. Like, do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, you answer to the person in the mirror.
That's true. That's 100% true. And I would also say try to associate yourself with like-minded people. So if you're into
Yes.
traveling, hang around people that travel. If you into sports, hang around people that are into sports. If you're into working out, you get it. That's how it goes. But because one thing about traveling, it's hard to get a whole bunch of people to travel at once. So anytime I've met people and they try to do like a big trip of guys or females to travel, it's always hard to do that. So, and on your first couple trips, it's going to be the people that you meet on the road or some people you meet in some kind of travel group. But
Yeah,
don't think like your best friend or some of your friends or family will go with you, because due to work situations and other situations, it's going to be hard for them to travel. So this is the travel game is a lonely game. It's something you got to do yourself, and then you meet people along the way. But if you depending on some of the people from back home that you grew up with and all that, good luck with that.
no, that's very true. I mean, like I said, like Flyboy and I, we went to high school together, so we grew up together, and typically, like when we're traveling, it's just he and I, and then now one of our other boys who we his cousin, Flyboy's cousin, he's traveling, he's traveling out now. But you're right about that. Like a lot of people who you grew up with here in the States, like they not that interested in traveling. And it's cool. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, hey, you know what? Hey, dog, man, you know what? If I, and I was talking to another content creator, and I don't know if he wants this information out there, because we're gonna be doing some content later this year. We're going to we're going to Thailand later this year, and
Okay.
he's very knowledgeable on Thailand. I think he speaks a little bit of Thai, but he's lived out there in Thailand for like 5 years, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So um when we go out there, like we're actually like he knows so much about it. Like that's why like I'm gonna be rolling with him. And I mentioned him because you said hang out with like-minded people, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so the people who want to travel, people who actually want to experience new things and learn different cultures, right? And I think learning different cultures also teaches you a lot about yourself as well.
That's true. That's
And
100%
I
true.
I don't want to sound like an infomercial, but knowledge is power, man.
No,
Knowledge
it
is
is
power
power.
for real.
It's power. It's definitely power. I put Jess. I put her information. Let me put it. Hold on. Oh man, that was stupid. Hold on.
What'd you do?
I blocked it. I was
Oh,
trying, I was trying to put it in there and then I blocked it by accident. I put it on time. Unbelievable.
yeah.
Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can show it. There we go. There we go. We're gonna leave it up there. That's one of the people that teach Portuguese right there, guys and ladies, whoever's in the chat, right there. That's her IG. So you can reach out to her on IG right there. That's Jess right there. She speaks fluent English, and she's Brazilian from where I'm at right now. She's from Salvador, Bahia. It's just an amazing place here, man. Salvador Bahia is amazing, man. A lot of history, a lot of culture here. This place gets overlooked a lot because everybody knows like Rio, Rio, Rio. It's like, it's almost like when somebody will come to the States, either they want to go to Miami, New York, or LA. When you think
Right.
of the States, that's what you're thinking of. Like, I'm trying to go to New York. I'm trying to go to Miami. So the same thing here with Brazil. All the movies and all the hype about Brazil is all like, focused around Rio de Janeiro. So they have a lot of, you know, Brazil is big like the United States. It's big. It's humongous.
Yeah, yeah.
And places like Salvador Bahia gets overlooked, man. It's a lot of history and a lot of culture come out of this place. A lot of history and culture. Capoeira, that comes from Salvador Bahia. The first carnival was started. The first carnival was started in Salvador Bahia. It has a lot. It has a lot.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Yeah, Brazil is big. I want to say Brazil is, I think, 1/3 of South America, the continent of South America. I think that's how big Brazil is.
It's humongous.
Yes, Brazil is humongous. Like I want to say Brazil is like like all of the West Coast, I think, to like the Midwest. Like that's how big it is, though.
Yeah, you spot on with that. You spot on.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see some of these comments. Let's see some of these comments, man. But thank you for coming on, man. We got to definitely do more lives together.
Yeah, man, we definitely do, brother. We definitely got to do some more lives together, man. And I'm definitely gotta slide out there, man. Brazil, 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 man.
Yeah, I see them listening to some of the comments. They asked I guess they asked if we've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I've been to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Scam said when you travel, you must be willing to learn. Mr. Worldwide said, all brothers speak. Okay, you brothers are speaking big facts. 100 years ago, we wouldn't even have the opportunity or our freedom. Wow, that's deep. Or much freedom.
Right. No, yeah, man, absolutely. He, spot on. 100 years ago, you're right about that. We would not have been able to, to travel, man. So what we got to do, man, is like show, like do how I want to say this. Okay, I know how I want to say this. So, like, do what the people who were not able to actually travel, um, you know, enjoy ourselves and learn and pass it on to the next generation because they sacrificed for us, right?
Cool.
And most melanated men who were able to travel, they typically were able to travel because they were in the military, so that's how they were able to get overseas. But now a lot of us have a lot, I want to say a good portion of us have means, we have better jobs, and we don't necessarily have to be in the military. And I know most of my subscriber base is military, and thank you all for your service. So this is no slight. What I am saying is that a lot of us melanated men, we have the means and opportunity, and our ancestors sacrificed a lot for us. So why should we subjugate ourselves if we have, if we have the ability to get our passport and things of that sort? Why should we subjugate ourselves to you know just stay complacent and be in one place?
That's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
that's just me, because you know what I mean. Like the last thing I want to do is me looking at my, like me looking at my deathbed, and the only thing I can say is that, like, the only places I've been was Brooklyn, Newark, New Jersey, and Boston, Massachusetts. Like, man, that would be a sad life. That would be a really, really sad life, man. And I had an opportunity to go to different places.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, people live your life however you want to live it, but
That's true.
why would you want to subjugate yourself to just live in one country for the rest of your life? Or if you can't relocate, at least visit, like you said, once a year, twice a year, or something like that.
Yeah, see something different. Something
Yeah,
different.
exactly. Just see something different.
Because even if you've been to the East Coast or West Coast, the United States is pretty similar. But if you travel to Canada, they do stuff different. Mexico does stuff different than we do. Different culture, different lifestyle. Caribbean, different countries in the Caribbean, they do stuff different. It's just, I don't know. Traveling is like the ultimate
Yeah,
teacher of life, in my opinion.
facts. Yeah, shout out to Haitian gunman in the building. Yeah, man, I'm from Brooklyn, man.
Passe. I know him.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
I'm from Brooklyn, man. Flatbush, East 18th Street, and Church Avenue, man. The corner right there, the quarter where the Q train used to run, man. Building 525, man.
that's
Apartment
a son.
5E. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. This thing official, brother.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's
Yes,
up.
sir. Brooklyn in the building, man. But on a serious note, man, what I would say, and I think that this is not talked about enough. One of the things that you mentioned was how people in the States are just stressed, they're overworked, right? And I think that that's something that, like, everyone in the travel community should really start to speak about more consistently. And
Mhm.
I mean, I guess we kind of say it indirectly, but I believe that we should start saying it, like, directly, hit the nail on the head, just how you said it. People in the States are overworked, they're stressed, you know what I mean? How am
Yeah,
I gonna pay my mortgage? How am I gonna pay my rent? How am I gonna pay my car note? You know what I mean? And if you live in the Northeast or Midwest, where it gets cold in the winter, like, man, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to pay my heat bill, and then your heat gets shut off or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you have all of these worries, and I'm not saying that, like, there not going to be any worries living abroad, but the thing is that you have a lot more opportunities, and due to the fact that there's jobs online, you can still get money. You can still get American money, and you don't have to make this six figures and things like that. And you can still live in a metropolitan city if that's what you so choose, or you could live more in a suburb area or a rural area, whatever your style is. But you have the means and opportunity to be as flexible as you want to be overseas. You have a lot more opportunities.
That's true. That's true. And a lot of people don't realize that because the states is expensive. The states is expensive, and it's
Yep.
just
Everything is, yeah, man. Everything is expensive. I mean, like, I could tell you right now, just man, there's so many of my friends, family that moved out of New York City as a whole, just
okay.
because it's just so expensive.
Yeah,
It's so expensive, man. The price of everything. Right now, gas prices are going back up again, man. I remember at one point. I want to say in Los Angeles, gas was like $7 to $8. Oh, nine.
yeah. It was
No, I
back.
think no, it was $9 in LA, and
Yeah,
then I think in the Bay Area it was like $7.
I
Like
think a couple
$7 for gas.
gas. Yeah, man, 1 gallon.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that's yeah.
Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, and if woman is, and if woman, I'm speaking for the men here. Now, woman is kind of like a caveat of one of the caveats of why you want to relocate. That's cool, but make sure that your quality of life takes precedent, because the woman will come if if you're a man of means and discipline, and you take care of yourself. The woman will follow, man. The woman will
Yes, true.
follow. The woman will
That's true.
follow. Trust me, man. You have some crimson awareness about you. You'll be all right.
You're 100%. You're 100% right about that. But yeah, if you're gonna travel to this country, just make sure it's not just for the woman. Make sure you got, like I say, at least 3 to 4 reasons why you traveling there. If you're going to try to live there, if you like, I'm gonna make
Mhm.
Thailand my home. I'm gonna make the Philippines my home. I'm gonna make Kenya, Africa my home, or Serbia my home, or whatever country it is. Make sure it's kind of means to it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because the thing is that like if if you're a man about something, a man that's on his purpose. And what I mean by purpose is that like you know what you want out of life. You're focused on your goals. You're focused on living a good quality life, and you take care of your responsibilities. Man, listen, you're gonna meet a quality woman, man. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Like the women are everywhere, and most places in the world, women outnumber men anyway, man. So like you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna be good to go.
You're 100% right about that. And then
Yep.
another topic I was going to ask you about.
Sure.
How can I, man? I got to think about this one because people that try to they'll try to twist up my words with this. What do you think of the black travel? I'm gonna say it this way. What do you think of the black travel community? What do you think will bring us together more? Because it seems like there's a lot of separation and a lot of division among the black YouTubers.
Well, I don't necessarily think that it's just YouTube, right? So I'm gonna talk about it from a grand scheme of things, and then I'll bring
Okay.
it back to YouTube if you don't mind.
Okay, I understand. It's perfect.
So so I saw this video the other day, yesterday actually, and
Mhm.
it was in a WhatsApp group. I can't remember which WhatsApp group it was in, but there was this Latin guy, and what he was saying is that like what he noticed from black people um is that black people always try to outdo each other, try to do better, and it's like one person starts a business, one person starts a business and people don't want to support him because they want to be, they want to have their own business and do better than that person, right? And it's like, well, why don't we just come together and actually put into this business and grow multiple businesses? So let's say we have a guy. He starts a printing business, right? Starts a printing business, and the business is starting to take off. And another person may not necessarily have the means to start a business, but he wants to work. He wants to work with you, work for you, understand the business. Okay, cool. Now you could say you may not necessarily have the money now, but
Mm-hmm.
now that you're able to help me out, I can have you run this franchise and I can start another franchise. So now you're able to actually build up your equity. And then now both of you at some point can say, let's open up a third franchise, fourth, fifth, sixth, you know what I mean? And have it spread out. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is that we need to have the unity mindset. And it's like everyone's always jousting for the position. It's like you're at top, I'm at top, you're at top, I'm at top. No, we need to be working together. Well, people don't want to work together. Now let's bring it to YouTube. It's the same thing. Now, right? We got, we have, I would say, in the Black YouTube travel space, we have what, 4 or 5 heavy hitters as far as you know yeah, about maybe under 10. That's like,
110.
over 100K, and you're in that top 10, right? So like, why not have, and I'm not saying you per se, but like, why not have everyone come together and like maybe do like some sort of a travel blog like tutorial, or put a website together and say, hey, you know what, these are things that I learned in my trial and tribulations. Let's work together and do this, let's work together and do that. We don't want to work together. That's the main problem. We don't want to work together. We so quick to outdo each other. And I don't want to swear on your channel, but it's like, a D measuring contest. Pause. But you know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's like, yo, who got the, you know what I mean? It's like, who channel
yeah,
bigger? Who got the most subs? Who doing this and who doing that? We don't necessarily have to have the same exact type of content, but we could find something that we could focus on and build on that together.
that's
And
true.
then also, our disagreements don't have to be made public. We so quick when we disagree with someone, we so quick to air out our grievances. That's not man, that's not man stuff. This is why I say that the RP is important, because and even some people in the RP have been doing it. And I've been annoyed at that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, men, melanated men, black men, we need to stick together. And yeah, there's been some guys where it's like, hey, you know what, man? I'm not feeling what this cat did or said, but I don't make it public. I don't make it public. I go to that person privately and say, hey, listen, brother, we need to have a conversation. Let's talk about X, Y, and Z. We can agree to disagree, but I'm not gonna go on YouTube or Instagram and just be trying to put out a hit piece just for likes.
And that's what some YouTubers do, and that's not right, man.
Yeah,
They do
because
that. I don't know why they do that.
all we doing is cooning and clowning.
You said it right. He said cooning and clowning. Yeah, because it's
Yeah, Haitian gunman said, yeah, it's good for the views, but yeah, it's, you know what? It's good for the views, but is it good how we are viewed? Let that
but other
marinate.
races don't do that. They don't do what we do like that. They don't do that.
Hold on.
Yes.
It's good for the views, but is it good how we are viewed?
That's deep. That's deep.
You understand?
Mm.
Like that's like that right there. That right there is not, it's not the wave, man. It's not the wave. You know what I mean? Like a couple weeks ago, we had brothers going at each other, and it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? A conversation, a phone call offline. Air your grievance out offline. What one of my favorite hip hop groups of all time, the Locks.
Yeah.
You've never heard about any issues that they've had publicly. And
Nope.
they've said, like, yeah, like they've gotten into screaming and shouting matches, and like they were about to shoot the fade or whatever the case is. And I'm sure, I mean, you grew up with somebody, you've been rocking out with them, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're gonna have some disagreements. Like, yo, I've known Flyboy since I was 14 years old. I'm 38. You think Flyboy and I never had no disagreements?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But you think I'm gonna make that public?
Yeah.
So Flyboy pissed me off. You think I'm gonna just put out a
Whole video
video?
on
You
him.
know
A
what I
whole
mean?
video on him.
Nah, bro. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, yo, K and D did some messed up stuff, and he put out a hit piece on me. Like, nah, that's not how we move.
Yeah.
Like, men need to start being men, dog. Handle stuff behind the scenes, and let's build each other up.
For that 100%. Because I always say I'll work with any YouTuber. I don't care how many subscribers I have. I don't have how many views I have. I don't. I'm willing to work with anybody. Anybody can hold me to that. I'm willing to work with anybody. Mm-hmm. If it makes sense, I'll work with anybody. It doesn't matter what they holding or what they not holding.
Right. Yep.
But I feel like if I'm coming up, I gotta bring some people up with me. You ain't like my boy Master Wayne say, you ain't a boss until you can make some bosses. If you can't help somebody else get up, how you gonna call yourself a boss?
Exactly.
If you're the only one doing good and nobody around you is doing good, you can't be happy with that.
Exactly. You are the company that you keep, man. You know one of the things that I can't remember who said this, but this this was a powerful statement that this brother said, man. He said, man, there was times, and this guy makes about $400,000 to $500,000 a year. He said, man, there's so many times where I'm in a room and I'm the brokest one in the room, and that just pushes me to go harder. And what he essentially is saying is that, like, he's focused, he's on his grind, and he keeps like-minded people who want to elevate themselves. So if you all the way up here, but your team is down here, like, what does that make you? You don't really have a team. You should be here. Your team should be here.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. 100% true.
And that's the thing, because everyone, because our people always want to sit on the throne and eat by themselves. But man, if you look around the world, right? You look around the world, man. Listen, I'll even bring it to Brooklyn, man. You know that there's parts of that there's parts of Brooklyn where the Jewish community, they have their own stores, they have their own schools.
Yep.
They like it's a completely different looking Brooklyn as opposed to the melanated part of Brooklyn. They take care of their streets. It's different. Look at the Asian community. Look at the Asian community.
Yeah, they do the same.
And man, listen, if we listen, do you think that we could go to Chinatown and open up a store in Chinatown?
Soul food restaurant? They wouldn't let it happen.
No, the only way that they would do that, they would open up a soul food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But you see what I'm saying? But they could come into our neighborhoods and The liquor store don't look like us. Nail salon, you know that ain't us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the bodega. Shoot, the bodega. Shoot, that's well, Afro Latino, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like hit or miss. But you understand the gist of what I'm trying to say.
I understand 100%. I understand 100%. I understand.
Because it's a crab in a barrel mentality. It's a crab in a barrel mentality. Like I said, man, you could like, and even in Philly, man, like you know exactly what I'm saying. You go to a man, you cannot go to a Jewish neighborhood and try to open up a soul food restaurant. Like, man, you couldn't go to an Italian neighborhood in Philly and try to open up a soul food restaurant. You know, they shutting that down ASAP.
That's true. They definitely doing that.
Right.
NYC, hold on one second. NYC King, I see you, man, but nobody else is coming on the live. We about to end the live pretty soon. NYC
Shout out to
King.
NYC King, man.
He in the back. I see him in the back.
Yeah, man. Shout out to NYC King. Oh yeah, man. You got a thing you got to handle soon.
Yeah. I'll see on my boy. What my boy say? JC Max. Sock passe to my Haitians in the Philippines. Let's see what he said. JC Max will put his up there. He said, if the Jewish people you were referring to are originally from Israel, then they are a part of the Asian community as well, just as much as the Chinese. Oh, do you hear what he said? You see it?
Yeah. Yeah, I see the comment.
He's saying that you can read it yourself again. He said,
yeah. Okay, so if the Jewish that you're referring to are originally from Israel, then they are a part of the Asian community as well, just as much as the Chinese. So I am actually talking about so I'm talking about not about Jews from Israel. I'm actually talking about like the non-melanated Jews, the non-melanated Jews, like no type of melanin, no, like white Jews. That's what I'm talking about. But even so, and I appreciate this comment. But even so, the moral of my point is that these people have tight-knit communities. Even like in the Indian community, right? Even in the Indian community, you can't go to an Indian community and try to open up, a soul food or you know what I mean? Like, I know some Indians don't eat meat, but like even if you try to do like a veggie soul food type of thing, like it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm. You're 100% right about that.
What I'm saying is that we don't come together because we are always trying to outdo each other. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh well, Philly got 100K, man. Yo, man, you know what I mean? Like, man, man, I could do better than Philly, man. I'm gonna get 200K, man. I ain't even gonna mess with Philly no more. Cause I'm lit, yo, man. I'm about to hit 1 million, man. Forget Philly, man. Forget, X, Y, and Z. Like, come on, bro.
That's true.
Yeah, but you have Asians come to the hood, set up shop, and make money, right? But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that they set up shop because we don't got our together. I don't want to curse, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, but because we don't have our stuff together. That's the problem. So they know, okay, we don't have our stuff together, right? And okay, there was something else. There was something else, and I'll say this one last thing, and then I'll drop off. So I saw this video. And I believe it was on Instagram. And this guy said, a Jewish guy gave him $1, and the guy's black. So he said a Jewish guy gave him $1, and he said, you'll never see that dollar again. And he said, why? And he said, because your people don't know how to keep the money within the community.
Wow.
It was more long-winded than that, but that was the essence. That was the point. Because we don't support each other. We don't help build each other up. You know, and it's like, man, you know what I mean? Like, man, there's so many, man. There's so many people. There's so many people, especially when I was managing Webster Hall in New York City, right?
Okay.
So many, so many dudes like that would hit me up and ask me for a discount, man, let me in or whatever the case is, right? You know, but like the white people,
Mm-hmm.
if I said it was 30 at the door, they paying 30.
Yeah.
The only people who didn't really care to pay was the dope boys, because like they fresh off the block, so they got
Yeah.
it times
So
10.
yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, like, you see one of us and it's like, yo, man, let me get the hookup, man. And it's like, come on, how we gonna build something together if we can't even respect each other grind?
That's true. That's true. You see the last
Yeah, my fault, man. I was just going off on a tangent there, but
no, I
yes,
understand. No, man, it's a personal issue with us, because
right.
no, I understand. I overstand. Y'all don't understand. I overstand. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yes, regardless of melanated Jews or not, if they're from Israel, then they are Asians. And yes, black folks need to stay and work together. I feel you. We compete with each other too much. Yeah, man. Shout out to JC Max. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right about that. Because if they're from Israel, then yes, they are Asian. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. So I agree with that. And even India, because India is in Asia, but you know what I mean. Um, so I completely get it. But the moral of my story is that we have this crab in the barrel mentality, and it's like we always try to outdo each other. Let's work together and let's build something great, man. Especially, man. I'll focus on the travel community, man, because we have a lot of great content creators, and people are building their channels, and people are learning, and let's learn from one another, man. Let's stop all the coonery and all the nonsense. And people want the views for the entertainment, but we don't need to be shucking and jiving on YouTube for likes. We're grown men, and let's
Or
act like
IG.
grown men, and let's
Yeah.
act
Or
like grown men.
IG. Yeah.
Let's act like grown men, man. You know what I mean? But shout out to you, Philly Dom. I definitely appreciate y'all for
Appreciate
being here. I mean, I'm sorry, you for being here. Shoot, it sounded like I'm hosting you. I appreciate
you.
you
Thank
having
you.
me be here.
Yeah. We family.
you could tell I'm a content creator. But yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me be here. Shout out to the chat. Definitely salute, man. And again, congratulations, only 100K, 100 plus K. Philly been knocking out them videos, man. All make sure that y'all like this video, share this video, man. The likes are free 99, man. Salute to my man Philly Dom. Stay purposeful. Follow your boy Kings and Dreams at the bottom left of your screen. KING, the letter Z, and Dreams with a Z. On YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Hit me up. Stay purposeful. I'm out. Peace.
Peace out. So, all right, guys. Talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm not really getting off a live. I'm going to another live. If you guys know who Razor is, I'm going to his live right now. He's hosting me on his live, so I'm on his live right now. So y'all should tune in to Razor. I should be on his live like in the next 5 minutes. But shout out to Kings and Dream, man. He did his thing, man. Positive brother, positive vibes. I roll with him. I flex with him. Good people, man. And talk to you guys in the next video. Peace, love, and happiness. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you guys on Razor Live right now.